Evie Lark had always been a woman of routine, her days filled with the sweet scent of baking and the comforting rhythm of her Blue Fern bakery. But one night, a dream shattered her peaceful world. She saw her new lover, Jonah, surrounded by darkness, his face twisted in pain. The next morning, she woke up with a chilling certainty something terrible was about to happen. Little did she know her tarot reading with Madam Sylvia would unveil a web of secrets and lies that would change her life forever. It was a rare gray morning over the city when the bell above Madam Sylvia's door rang. Rain whispered down the windows like secrets, and the scent of sage and burnt cinnamon lingered in the air. Sylvia didn't look up right away. She had been expecting someone. But the woman who entered wasn't the client she'd anticipated. "You're not Julia Harper," Sylvia murmured without glancing up. The woman paused. "No. I'm Evie Lark. I own the Blue Fern bakery." Sylvia looked up then. Evie was in her late 30s, with flour-dusted cuffs and eyes that spoke of exhaustion masked behind politeness. "I walked by 100 times, but today I felt pulled." "Do you do walk-ins?" Sylvia nodded slowly. "The cards decide who walks in, not me." "Sit." Evie took the seat opposite her, glancing around at the velvet curtains, the shelves of crystals, and the flickering candles. She had the look of someone who didn't believe in this sort of thing but wanted to. "What brings you?" Sylvia asked. Evie hesitated. "I met someone. He's wonderful. Funny. Kind. A pastry chef too. But last night I had a dream that something terrible would happen to him." Sylvia shuffled her deck slowly, her fingers graceful and practiced. "Let's see what the dream wants you to know." She laid out 3 cards. Death. The Lovers. The 10 of Swords. Sylvia's breath hitched. She had pulled the death card hundreds of times. It didn't mean literal death. Usually. But this time was different. "What do they say?" Evie asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "They say," Sylvia began carefully, "that love is followed by loss. And that someone isn't who you think he is." Jonah Hart was the picture of charm. Tall, with a crooked smile and the kind of warmth that made people overshare. He worked at a boutique dessert shop in East Village and had met Evie when she stopped by to borrow almond paste. Their romance was quick and electric. They shared recipes and late-night pastries, dancing to jazz as chocolate melted on the stove. But since the tarot reading, Evie had started to notice things. Jonah never let her into his apartment. He turned off his phone during specific hours. And twice she had caught him in what seemed like lies, only to backpedal with convincing explanations. She told herself she was being paranoid. Until the night she followed him. Jonah had told her he lived in a 3rd-floor walk-up near Lexington. But when she followed him, he didn't go there. He entered an upscale building downtown, swiping a keycard at the security gate. She waited. 10 minutes passed. Then 20. A woman exited the building. Evie approached, heart pounding. "Hi, sorry to bother you. Do you know Jonah Hart?" The woman gave her a blank look. "Jonah? You mean the guy in 4C? I think his name is Jonathan Hayward. Quiet. Keeps to himself." Evie thanked her and walked away slowly, hands trembling. Jonathan Hayward. She Googled the name. Her phone screen filled with news articles from 5 years ago. Man cleared in poisoning case after evidence deemed inadmissible. Her blood ran cold. Back at the psychic shop, Sylvia didn't say "I told you so." She simply lit a white candle and listened. "He poisoned his fiancée," Evie said, voice shaking. "But the case fell apart. They couldn't prove it." "Did you confront him?" "No. I don't know what to do." "What if he didn't do it?" "What if he did?" Sylvia pulled one card without looking. "The Moon." "Trust is illusion right now," Sylvia murmured. "He's hiding more. You're not in danger yet. But someone is." Evie swallowed. "I can't just walk away." "Then you stay. But you watch. You don't confront him until you have more than a dream." Evie nodded. The next morning, Evie arrived at her bakery to find chaos. Police cars. Yellow tape. Her assistant, Maribel, sobbing near the door. Inside, her pastry chef Alan, a gentle old man with a white beard and a penchant for croissants, was found dead. Collapsed after eating one of the lemon tarts, the officer said. "We're sending it for toxicology." Evie felt her knees give way. Alan had never eaten lemon tarts. He was allergic to lemon. He knew that. Everyone knew that. Except Jonah. Sylvia's shop had never felt colder. "It was meant for me," Evie whispered. "He made those tarts yesterday. He left one on my counter. I was going to eat it." Sylvia closed her eyes. "Then we need proof. And fast." They devised a plan. Evie would invite Jonah over. Sylvia would be hidden in the apartment. The place would be wired for sound. They just needed him to talk. Evie made wine-braised short ribs. Jonah brought a bottle of wine and a box of his signature rosewater truffles. Sylvia sat in the bedroom, headphones on, heart racing. To us, Jonah toasted. To us, Evie echoed. As they ate, she casually mentioned Alan. It's so strange, she said. He never ate lemon. Jonah stilled for half a second, then smiled. Some people change their habits. You ever have regrets, Jonah? She asked. He looked at her, then laughed. Don't we all? Sylvia leaned forward, straining to catch every word. Evie pushed. Like things you got away with? Jonah tilted his head. Why are you asking me that? Just wondering if you've ever had to hide who you are. Jonah stood abruptly. I need to go. Jonah. He grabbed his coat. Some things are better left buried, Evie. The door slammed. The next day, Sylvia invited Jonah to her shop under a false name. He arrived charming as ever. I'm here for my reading, he said. You are, Sylvia said, gesturing for him to sit. She shuffled the cards. Slowly, carefully, then laid out 5. Justice. The Tower. The Devil. The 9 of Cups. The Hermit. Jonah frowned. That's not good, is it? Depends. Are you planning on running again? He froze. Jonathan Hayward, she said. You left a trail. But you can stop. Right now. And maybe not everyone gets hurt. Jonah stood. You people are insane. Sylvia didn't move. The police have your voice. They're listening right now. Walk out that door and they follow. Or sit. And tell your side. He looked at her for a long time. Then he sat. His story spilled out like spoiled cream. The ex-fiancé had threatened to expose his financial crimes. He had panicked. The poison was never meant to kill, just silence. But it did. He ran. Changed names. Started over. And then he met Evie. I didn't mean to hurt Alan, he whispered. But I knew if she found out who I was, I couldn't lose her. The door burst open. Police. Handcuffs. Flashing lights. Evie waited outside. Her face unreadable. As they took Jonah away, he looked at her. I really did love you. She didn't answer. A week later, Evie returned to Sylvia's shop. The rain had stopped. The scent of cinnamon was stronger than usual. You okay? Sylvia asked. Evie nodded. I dreamed again last night. This time it was peaceful. Want a card? Evie smiled. Only one. Sylvia pulled. The sun. Good things are coming, Sylvia said softly. Evie let out a long breath. Then I'll wait. Outside, the city gleamed. And for the first time in weeks, Evie walked away without looking back.